G'day mate, and welcome back to episode number 8 for our definitive guide to Factorio, and some stuff's happened. So, between episodes, defended that, grabbed definitely this stone, which is one of the things we've been waiting on. Also, we've now got the oil protected, so now we can run it back. We've tapped this iron, we've tapped this copper, haven't dragged those belts back yet. We've defended the wazoo out of this. I have no idea how much ammo's on this belt, but it's going around and around and around. Should keep the guns well and truly saturated. This episode, I need to do a couple of things. So we've dragged up both these coal belts. I need to have these coal belts do something. So first things first, I have belts on me, yes. We're going to take this coal belt and we're going to tag it into here. Because dragging off the end of your smelters is generally a bad idea. Second thing I want to do is I want to kink that outer tile. I want to put a splitter in here, make sure this keeps running our smelters. At the same time, I want to reverse this belt, drag it back up the way it came, and tag it. Nope. Bring it back the way it came, and yeah, leave the spaceship alone. That's a ticket home, I'm sure. And tag it into the back of that splitter, and then have an input priority from the right. So I finish using this patch first, and then should it ever run dry, we've already got backup coal hooked up. So there are two things done. On top of that, this giant long belt coming all the way from, oh really? There was always one thing. Oh, by the way, the game, I've just realized it's running really, really fast because I still have the game speed set to 2, which is fine. I'm not going to do anything about whilst we go fix one ghosted belt that I forgot. Yes, that is how you get rid of walls in a hurry. You hold down right click and pick them up. Helps if you put them back down afterwards, but yeah. So yeah, I've cranked the game speed up to 2 times so I can get these little projects done between episodes as fast as possible. This is a mod, of course. It is Time Tools. Yes, Time Tools is the name of the mod. You can grab it if you want. The other feature, which, again, I need you guys to sound off in the comments. It hasn't always day mode. I'm more than happy to turn that on if nobody's going to yell at me that, oh, it never goes to nighttime. It's not a vanilla, blah, 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 blah. Because it just makes it easy for you guys to see things. Okay, so we've got a stone line that eventually the stone will drag itself from down here all the way up to there. We're going to go back to game speed 1. So you guys can hopefully follow along as I try and get stuff done in a hurry. Nope, you're going to go left. We're going to run this all the way up. And I want to tag this into the stone smelter, or the brick smelter to be more exact. It's a stone smelter that takes in stone and gives out brick. You know, what do you want me to call it? Again, another underground. That's a lot of undergrounds. Hang on. I'll get the right orientation eventually. Duck through there. Spin you out at... Whoop, out 2 tiles. It's... whatever. And tag that in there. The reason I want to tag it to the other side is as the smelters make brick, they preference taking from this end of the smelter. So it means whatever comes in on the left hand... whatever comes in first gets used first. I want to bring our booster stone into the end of the smelter, so we preference using these miners first. I'd really like these guys to run out. Speaking of things running out, research. We've done all the research we possibly can as far as military is concerned until I really have oil up and running. But we want to tick off another couple of researches. First thing I want to do is I'm going to do mining productivity. Mining productivity basically means every miner, when it does... when it harvests 10 ore, it's because it's 10% extra mining productivity, we'll get 1 free ore. Okay, so every single time it does 1 ore, we get 1/10 of an ore for free. Very, very expensive, but I don't have much else I can research. So we're going to tick that off. We're going to unlock chemical science, which is going to unlock a whole bunch of things. that we can't get until we've got chemical science up and running. So we're going to grab modular armor. Same story. I need advanced circuits, which means I need oil up and running, which means I need plastic, which means then I need to make advanced circuits. Can't do anything about it. Accumulators. Accumulators are basically battery backups for your power grid. Going to be really, really handy later on in the game. We have logistics 2, which is our red belt. Our red belt moves 30 items per second. Our yellow belt moves 15 items per second, so twice as fast. Going to be, again, helpful as we move on. We have solar panels. Pretty sure they're fairly self-explanatory, along with concrete. Concrete, again, I'm going to mark down as self-explanatory. So the other thing I want to do is I want to take these copper and I want to move them down on my bus into, if we were doing 4 iron and 4 copper, it would go in there. So I want to move that down to there. Same time, I want to do the exact same with this one. I want to have this copper come down here and run into this smelter. And I want to convert both of these to iron. But that means I need to clear out all the copper that's on here currently. So a couple of things. First things first. What we want to do is get rid of the copper in my inventory. I also have picked up some steel furnaces. So we did cover these earlier. These run at twice the speed and consume the same amount of coal. Really, really handy. Twice the pollution, but you know, they are crafting at twice the speed. So we're going to only build half a smelter's worth, because half a smelter's worth at twice the speed is going to give us basically still a full belt of copper out. So I just want to put down the ones that I can. And then rather than hooking this copper belt up, well, actually I do want to hook it up. Hang on, we want, so you're going to be a copper, goes that way. You're going to be a copper, which goes that way. You're going to be a copper, which goes that way. And you're going to be a copper, which goes into that belt there directly. So what I want to do is I want to have you and you kick in, but only when these belts are empty. So we're going to do a couple of fun things. We're going to put in basically a belt prioritizer, okay? So, the way these things work, is that enough room? No. We're going to bring you out. Oop. No, okay, you need to come out one more tile, then go down to there. You need to go out one more tile and go down to there. So, the way these work is we use the principle of side loading, which we've covered already, to make sure that this belt gets used first. Okay, so this belt from this copper smelter, I want it gone. At the same time, this is going to be very, very important, so I don't screw it up like last time. Do I have it? I don't have a spare spot. Okay, kick you out one more tile earlier. Let's put one of these guys on here. We're going to prioritize that you move all your iron to the left. Should you end up with any iron, it can go in there. We're going to prioritize input from the right. Okay, so we want to drain the copper out of this. And if iron happens to get through, because I plug an iron line in, which I don't have currently, but I do have several iron lines over here and several iron lines over here. I just need to plug belts from A to B. We want to make sure the iron gets kicked out and all the copper comes and gets fed onto the bus. And then if the bus runs out, or if this smelter runs out, which is going to eventually, I want to make sure I'm already covered for when it runs out. So what I want to do is I want to do this. I want to split this copper line and I want to side load it onto both sides of the belt. The idea here being that if, more likely when this line runs out, we're going to automatically top it up from this smelter. And then I want to do the exact same thing down here. Sure. So that'll do one side. That'll do the other side. It's a little bit of a mess, but it will definitely work. And that'll keep those two running. So that's done. That's done. Next thing I want to do is dump all these stone furnaces because I have really no use for them. They're never going to see any copper ore apart from what's on the belt right in front of them, but that's fine. Eventually we'll upgrade them to their steel counterparts. The steel counterparts are being made, and when we get up to 50 or whatever, we'll just go empty the box and dump them into more stuff. Okay, the other thing I did between episodes is I did upgrade some of these assemblers as I ran past them to tier 2 to get the extra production out of them, and that means I can recycle more tier 1s. I'm not going to recycle anything in the workshop. It's just not worth it. This is all designed to run really, really slowly anyway. I don't need those miners anymore, or those miners, or those miners. So yeah, it's designed to run really slowly, so that's fine. We're going to leave it as is. Next things next. We don't want to hook that up yet. We want to do oil production. So oil production requires a couple of things. One, it's going to require pump jacks. Pump jacks. There's 40 down there. I want 2, 4, 6, 8. I want 8, please. 10, 8. So I picked up the stack and I right-clicked to drop one into a square. In the case of this, I right-clicked into that one to drop them back into that stack. So 6, 7, 8. Yep, I only want to take 8 on me. That's all I need. Same time, we want refineries. I think I want 15. And chem plants, probably all of them. Pipes. Pipe. Undergrounds, all 300. Okay. So that's got to start it. Alright, next thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need to build basically the refineries. So I can sort of plan where the refinery is going to go. So therefore I can plan... Sorry, it was flashing. Yeah, more dead biters. Okay. I want to plan where I'm going to put the refineries. I'm thinking right about here because we need to get oil. Oil, no matter what, it's not in your starting area. So you're going to end up having to pipe your oil up to wherever you're going to be putting your refineries. But the refineries are also going to need water. And depending on how big you build your refineries, you might potentially need a couple of water inputs. So what I want to do is I want to import my big book of oil. It's not a complete blueprint. It's still in a draft blueprint at the time of recording. By the time you guys watch this video, hopefully I've finished with a blueprint. Hopefully I've published the video. But yes, this is still a draft, so bear with me. Anyway, I want to put this blueprint down. Now, as you can see, it has some hazard concrete in the top. I'll put that right there. Yep, right where I am. Top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right. Yeah, it has some hazard concrete there. And the idea is that marks the total size of this blueprint when it's finished. It's quite significant in size. So it means that power line I'm going to have to reroute, but that's okay. Apart from that, we could dump that whole blueprint right... No, because I'd have to bring in the water from the right. If I rotate it, I could bring in the water from the right, which is not so bad. Has to go about there. So I'd have to bring in the water from now the left. Also have to bring in all the other resources from left. Compared to doing it that way, water runs that way. No, we're going to do it this way. We're going to do it this way. Okay, we're going to pop that down. I'm going to grab these power poles first and route them clearly out of my way. As long as they're outside that one square, everything is fine. We're going to run this down here, which means I can get rid of that. Come on, pick it up. Alright, grab the blueprint a second time and just stamp it back down to make sure that anything that I accidentally deleted, I removed. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, you can see that square. That's how big that blueprint ends up being. It's quite sizable. Okay, so we need to start building this. I have most of the components on me. Should we build this or should we go get oil first? I guess we should get oil first. Okay, oil is this pipe, which we're going to bring in from the right-hand side because that's where our oil happens to be. Yeah, we're going to go get oil first because oil can sit in the pipe and start to back up the pipe, which is something we're going to need. We're going to need that oil pressure because we're bringing a significant distance, and I do not have pumps at all. I can make some pumps, but I don't have any pumps. That's the difference. And pumps right there, require engines. Engines, you might notice, even though they're in the intermediate tab, actually have a red box on them. You cannot handcraft pumps, engines. You need to automate them. I have no idea why. Again, the devs really haven't answered as to why either. It's just one of those things that, yes, you cannot handcraft a engine. You need a assembler to do it for you. I'm putting it down to just engines are big. Okay, so pump jacks. As you can see, as soon as I put a pump jack in my hand, these things light up. It makes them nice and easy to see, even if they are buried under biter gibbets. So we want to grab, okay, I want to change out number, so this had a bit of everything on it. If I put that there, it still has these blueprints, which I might want access back to. We're going to bring up number 4. Number 4 is going to have pipe. It's going to have underground pipe. It's going to have refineries. It's going to have chemical plants. It's going to have pump jacks. It's definitely going to have power poles all by itself, just in case I need power poles. It's going to have, obviously that blueprint should definitely be on there. That's pretty much it. Okay. So when it comes to oil, you need to link all the pipes together. Okay. I really, really recommend that you just run pipes. Okay. Don't worry about underground pipes or anything like at this stage. Don't worry about making it neat. Just worry about hooking them all up to one another. So with that done, next thing I always recommend is you take one power pole and you run it to just one pump jack. Okay, if you run one pump jack and you turn it on, you can then check where every other pump jack outputs to and make sure you see the oil in the pipe or the oil symbol. Again, very, very important, because some of these oil patches, that's a bad example. That's a worse example. Hey, this one. That is going to be probably a mess to oil up. And if you're using undergrounds especially, sometimes you might make a boo-boo and you might hook up, say, that half to one pipe and that half to a second pipe and not even realize it. So, recommend, yeah, just put down one pipe to everything. Use straight pipe to start with. As we can see, walking through this area would be very difficult. So I grab an underground pipe and I go from there to there. It'll replace the normal pipe with an underground, and also means that I can then walk through that area. So we're good to go there, and then I need to pipe that across, up, probably follow the stone belt, and then up again to get to the pump jack. So we're going to go across first to try and get to the stone belt. And I will definitely use undergrounds to go distances. If you have the undergrounds on you. If you don't, using straight pipe is perfectly acceptable. If you have seen any of the previous videos on my channel where I've done stuff like speedruns, the speedrun videos aren't published yet, I don't think, but they are available on my Twitch channel. In fact, we're probably done some more speed running this weekend. It's very, very common to run long stretches of pipe as straight pipe, because it's straight pipe is very versatile. You can use straight pipe to do straight things. You can use straight pipe to turn 90-degree corners. You can use 3 straight pipe if you only need to go three tiles. Underground pipe is a different story. Underground pipe is best used to either underground because you have to, or to travel at distances of 10 tiles because that's the way it comes. Okay, if I remove that power pole, we're good still. We're going to put that there. We're going to put our pipe there so I don't miss it like I did with the belts. I need you to stop one short. See, right there, I had to only use 9 of the possible 10 pipes, 10 tiles that underground can reach. So yeah, if you've seen me do speed runs, or the other one being biter battles. Biter battles is a player versus enemy versus player game mode, I guess you could call it. It's a custom scenario, and I will probably link to that up the top right hand corner. If not, you can always search my channel for biter battles. There is a lot of them. I've done them quite a few times. I've shoutcasted the last tournament, which was a bunch of fun. But yes, we would build long stretches of straight pipe because, as I said, it was versatile, it was cheap. And then after the fact, we would then After the fact, we would then carry around undergrounds with us, and if a pipe got in our way and we couldn't walk through it, that's the point where we would just replace it with an underground so we could walk through the pipe. Anyway, with that said, that should give us oil from A to B. Yeah, the pipes have already got 4150 oil in them, so they are slowly filling up. We need to grab power poles. Funnily enough, this all involves medium power poles, and I only have small power poles, so it should be okay. Get the power poles in first. And the reason I want the power poles in first is it means then I can run through with the refineries. So you didn't... Oh, yeah, no, they are setting the recipes. There you go. So the recipes are pre-configured for me. Power wasn't pre-configured because, of course, my power connection's over here. Of course it is. Of course it is. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Refineries are running. They're going to output petroleum into this pipe, which then means I need 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Yeah. I need however many tanks that was. Get a tank in there. Bring that down to there. This is going to be my... Can I slide you over 2 tiles? No, you won't line up with the next blueprint. Okay. This is going to be our plastic. So we're going to need plastic in... Well, basically now. We need plastic to get blue science up and running. So... want to build in my plastic rig. As you might see, these chem plants and the refineries have these green markers on them. The green markers are for the game telling me that they need efficiency modules. Efficiency modules are something we haven't covered, and in fact, if I stopped and showed you the text on the blueprint book, it'd tell you we don't need them anyway. So we're not going to worry about them. I'm not even going to explain them. They're just used for later on upgrades of this blueprint. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're going to get coal into here. I have no idea where I'm going to get coal from, but that's fine. We put that to there, that to there, that to there. You guys, you two, and you two. Actually, I know exactly where I'm getting coal from. Okay, coal is there. It comes out the right-hand side of the smelter, right about there. We're going to put a splitter in real quick. Yes, run that belt down. And plug it in there. Okay, so if I had power, that should get you up and running. Where else do we need power? Here, and 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 there, and there. Talk about not quite reaching. All right, we're going to put one there, we're going to put one there. Tech-wise, flamethrower, please. Definitely, because that's a flamethrower build. Flamethrower only, funnily enough, needs steel, and it needs steel and oil. And we just unlocked oil, so we might as well get flamethrowers up and running. Flamethrowers are a lot of fun. They also are barbecue biters, which is good because we definitely don't want any more biter problems. All right, we have 14,000. 14,000. Really? Everything managed to miss power? Pretty much. Shitty power poles. Okay. That gets power, that gets power, that gets power. We'll just keep throwing power poles at the problem until it goes away. Okay. Yeah, 14,000 petroleum already. Alright, so we want this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one with that one, with that one. This is sulfuric acid. Hang on, let's get all our undergrounds in. You go to there, you go to there. That's straight pipe. That's a straight pipe. That goes to there. That's a straight pipe. That's a straight pipe. You go to there. You go to there. And you go to there. That's a straight pipe. Inserter, 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 inserter. Power poles again. To there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. You're missing power as well. Okay. There's an input belt for iron, so we can see that. We're going to put in the tank, put in our couple of pipes, put in our 2 inserters. That'll make sulfur for us. So I need steel, I need sulfur, I need... Oh no, I need steel, I need iron. You actually output sulfur, so we're going to bring that with us. Because we'll need that for chemical science. You want iron input. Okay, change my mind. I want you to stretch that way. Because it turns out we have a few belts that need to go in this direction. Alright, so the first one was iron. And the second one was steel. So we're going to grab that. I'm literally just going to pull steel off from our steel smelter. It's just not worth taking it off anywhere else on the bus. We'll just grab it from that first location because your oil chemical plant area doesn't use a lot of materials. It uses a little bit, but not a whole heap. We're going to bring our sulfur belt up. You need iron. Iron is not easy to get to. Okay, we're going to bring you down. We're going to jump you across. I'm going to... No, we're just going to bring our iron straight down. Which... Yes, there's room for 2 belts right here. Okay, underground from there to there. Iron will come that away, and then underground again. And I just ran out of underground, so we're going to leave the sulfur belt there for right now. I don't need it right now, but I will need it in the future. Okay, so now we've got steel running. Once that research finishes, we'll finally get what do we call it? You still need water, so this is a water pipe, which we're going to run in from the left-hand side. I'm also going to take the initiative to put our water pipe where it needs to be for our oil upgrade. We're not having enough oil come in. That pipe keeps running empty. We need more pump jacks, a lot more pump jacks. Alright, so if you want to know what I'm doing, eventually we upgrade the oil refinery. When we upgrade the oil refinery, this second capped off pipe entrance becomes a real pipe. And obviously I'd like to use it when it becomes a real pipe. And I already know from experience that that's going to be a water pipe. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get our water for our sulfuric acid. At the same time, put in the water pipe for the water that we'll get in a little bit. Probably be a couple of episodes, but it's easier to... If I've got to build things like this anyway to get the water, I might as well do it properly and have everything ready for our advanced refineries to kick in and start producing all our petroleum products rather than just one of 3 and using the water to do so. So yes, if we can get water hooked up... Sorry, just at the front, somebody knock at the front door. I'd like to say it was a very important package that was full of something cool. It was a postman. And we know that the only thing the postie delivers is bills. Okay, so if we can get the water hooked up, that should get sulfur running. And see inserters flapping. So we've got oil basically done in one episode. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We're going to cap that to 1 stack because we don't have flamethrowers unlocked yet. But we have, going through the basics, we have sulfuric acid. We'll need those for batteries. I've obviously got battery tech because we're doing solar energy. So that'll give us batteries, which we don't need just now. We'll worry about them later. We've also got plastic unlocked, and we've got sulfur unlocked, which is going to be one of the items required for our next science pack, chemical science. So that still leaves us the advanced circuits. The advanced circuits actually need plastic to be built, so that's perfectly fine with me because we've got plastic up and running. So we need to take these items and dump them in our bus. That's one thing we have to do. Yeah, it's already 4 lanes. Can I just craft one of those to get me out of trouble? Okay, so we've got 2 new things we've added to the bus. We've added plastic. And we've added sulfur. Okay, it turns out I need to craft at least another one of those. We're going to bring that way. Bring that across and up. Okay. Also, importantly, it means that, in theory... Oh, we're so doing that next episode. Next episode, we're getting explosives, and we're getting cliff explosives, because priorities. It means this cliff through the middle of our bus can finally go away. Alright, where are these going to go? These are going to go to the top of the bus. Of course they do. So, again, just quickly outlining the reasons why. However much room you think you need on your bus, double it. And then probably add 50%. I'm going to have you underground because it's easier. So we're going to bring our sulfur and our plastic up. I regret my decisions already. Okay, so we're going to bring plastic up, bring it in here. Bring plastic up, and I'm going to bring it into there. At the same time, I'm going to put a splitter on. Okay, the reason I'm putting a splitter on is I'm probably planning for a second belt of plastic. Maybe not straight away, but I'm planning for one in the future. Same with steel. Actually, no, steel. Steel is only ever going to be one belt. Copper's one that we should... So there are the only 2 real belts. So one thing you can do is, if you want, you can fill out your belts like this. And put extra splitters at the start and just have them fill the lines. It just helps you visualize the bus a little bit better. I can do the exact same with iron right here. In saying that, you need to remember at all times that if you only have 2 full lanes coming in, even if it looks like it's 4 lanes, it's not. It's 2 lanes. So my iron is 2 lanes just because I've flowed it over 4 lanes, it's still 2 lanes coming in. Same applies to copper. It's 2 lanes coming in. If I flow it over 4, it's still 2 actual lanes coming in. My plastic will be the exact same, even though it looks like it's going to look like 2 lanes. It's only going to be 1. But with that said, that's where I'm going to leave this episode. We've got oil up and running, which is a big achievement. It means next episode we can get the core parts of chemical science up and running. As you can see, if I grab that blueprint, where chemical science, blueprint that back over the top, we have unlocked all the items required. So the only other thing I need to do is I need to get my sulfur, plug it in here, iron, which we've already got, plug that in there, gears, plug that in there, and advanced circuits, which we're going to have to build in the next episode. But with all that said, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you're enjoying. Next episode, definitely cliff explosives, advanced circuits, and hopefully chemical science. And then also maybe put some defenses on this side of oil. I might do that between episodes. Anyway, with all that said, that's where, like I said, where I'm going to leave it. You will find a link up in the top right-hand corner to the oil video. I'm assuming it's published by the time this comes out, because like I said, this is still a early beta version of the blueprint. It should be published by now. At least I hope it's published by now. If not, it's probably going to be published like within 2 hours of this video. So, with all that said, that's what I'm going to call it. Like I said, for the 3rd time, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you're enjoying, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. All right, bye.